Hello everyone, my name is Alexander Degilevich. In this video we will talk about such an important topic. Why is it important to take responsibility for all your speech blocks and logophobia? Because if you want to, for example, get better or go to a clinic where they will do something with you, there might be psychologists, hypnologists, hypnotherapists, or some charlatans there, and you hope for such a result. If you think someone will do something for you regarding your speech, I'm afraid that doesn't happen, because speech blocks, that is stuttering, is connected to our speech actions, for which we are always responsible. In other words, we are responsible for what we do, because speech blocks, that is stuttering, are connected to our speech actions, for which we are always responsible. In other words, we are responsible for what we do, and stuttering is no exception here. So here it is. Some people say that when they're going somewhere they get stuck and it just overwhelms them. It's like in English. It's it, and I can't do anything about it. Actually you can, because you're not stopping. You're pushing through to the end. So at any moment you can actually stop yourself, like forbid yourself from speaking further. Yes, that would be inappropriate. Yes, that wouldn't be very good. It may seem silly, but the fact is we can just close our mouths and the stuttering will disappear in an instant because there won't be any speech. Or if we continue, we can just make sounds. Like a ringtone, for example, or just say PPP with that person. Yes, let him not understand us, but the fact is there won't be any stuttering, since these are very simple tasks. And there was initially no connection to logophobia. So when we started stuttering in childhood, we needed to convey some amount of information. We managed with it, even if we did it poorly. So we always struggled when we needed to say something specific, clear, and measurable. It's not the case when we were doing A, B, C, D, D. That's why, by the way, almost any person who stutters can pronounce the alphabet normally, like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on. Also, more or less well, and clearly it turns out that a ringtone is made. There are 200 of them, crowds of pop-offs, that's why, pieces in total. With these mini tasks, and actually in our memory, it didn't register as a task that requires anxiety. But simple words like hello, hi, and goodbye, since we've stuttered thousands of times in our lives starting from the age of 5. Personally, I've stuttered tens of thousands of times. Of course, they will settle in such a way that later, when you go somewhere, it comes up on an unconscious level. You understand that it won't work for you. You realize that your mouth, unfortunately, won't obey you. Well, and then there are word substitutions, figuring out what to say, what not to say, and so on. So this whole day isn't just for nothing. It all starts with us allowing ourselves to perform some speech actions and speech corrections. The correction of stuttering, the reduction of stuttering, speech blocks, and logophobia as a whole depends entirely on us. If we make the right efforts that really work towards a result, if we work according to an effective scheme, according to a strategy, and step by step slowly, we start to overcome various moments and stages so that we can do better and better. First one-on-one, either with a partner or a teacher, then one-on-one with a friend, then with someone who's not a friend, like if you just meet a stranger, preferably in a store with a consultant, because they are more flexible, client-oriented, meaning they adapt to people. They are soft, not rigid, so it's easier to warm up with them. And then you can move on to asking unfamiliar people on the street or something else, So these are more stressful situations. And the main thing here is to follow the right scheme. Because, for example, if you're lifting 50 kilos but want to lift 100 you can't just jump straight to 100 kilos. It will crush you. and you'll be left with a painful, hurtful experience, both psychological and physical, because it could just tear your chest apart. So you also need to gradually reach your goals. Like, for example, in sports, so first 60, 70, 80, 90, and all of this doesn't happen in one day. So it can take a month, 2 or 3. It's pretty much the same in speech. So, the main thing you need to remember today is that our speech is in our hands. And stuttering, all stuttering, consists of our specific speech actions, which can be broken down literally into components. To see what prevents me from speaking, why does my breathing stop? How can I make it so that I cannot stop myself and just say the thought that's in my head? But first, once again, all our stuttering is our own speech actions. And the awareness of this greatly affects the positive outcome and effectiveness of any learning.